911, what's your emergency?
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam. If you love luxury fashion, they're definitely going to love my channel. However, this video is going to be completely different. So I'm not exactly sure how I can go about this video and what all I can say because the police were involved in this case. But unfortunately, for the past 2 weeks, I did have to deal with a stalker and being stalked. To be honest, I've had a lot of safety concerns this past month, which is actually why I've been doing YouTube just a little bit less because I wanted to kind of stay under the radar a little bit. Plus, it all kind of just caught up to me, but I do have to start from the beginning. So you all know that I clearly do YouTube and I have so much stuff behind me. However, I still work a job, and let's just say this job is in an office, right? And this job, I don't really deal with any customers, but every now and then a customer will come in and I might assist a customer. So let's say this customer came in about 2 weeks ago and they're very nice at first, nothing wrong. Although they did seem a little bit like they may have been on something, but I'm a very nice person and I don't judge. But the second time said person came in, I gave a handshake to the person because they asked for one. They said, "Hi, I'm so and so." So I said, "Hi, I'm so and so." However, they then grabbed me by the hand, pulled me in, and then they were being extremely weird, both sexually and just a couple of things that, again, I don't really want to say on here because it's all in a police report and I'm not exactly sure what details I can give out. But I will say at that point it was very, very scary because while that person had my hand, they had it for a good about like 2 minutes and would not let go. However, my manager started walking up. The person looked at my manager, then looked at me, and then immediately let go and they left. However, they kept coming back. So they came back, they kept asking for information, they kept asking where I lived and what I lived by. So that alone was very, very uncomfortable. But then here is the kicker. So they came in every single day. I was there for over a week, and every day they were in a different car. After that first encounter, the place that I work at, they blocked the person. So the person physically could not come in. They had no reason to be there. But still, 6 days after said person was blocked, they would be showing up at my work in a different car and they would stand exactly outside the door to where you could see me working. And they would sit there. They were there for 5 hours before, waiting until I left. So for the past week, all my managers constantly had to walk me out, check the parking lot, and it was a really, really big hassle, not just for me, but for everybody. So at this point, it's been the 6th day. They've constantly been trying to talk to me as I go to my car, constantly being walked out. At this point, I'm now parking somewhere completely different so they don't see my car is there. However, they are still there waiting for me. And this is the 6th day, and on the 6th day, they had their 7th different car. Let alone, the cops also said that all of the cars were a rental, and they looked at his history, and it was very, very clear that the person was in the parking lot specifically for me because they had no other reason. So unfortunately, the person did show up while I was at work, and I was completely embarrassed because my work had to go on lockdown. And again, I can't really discuss too much because of legal reasons, but unfortunately, the cops did come. They did get the person for trespassing and made that person leave. However, the whole situation was very scary, to be honest, because I've never been, of course, I've had like my casual stalkers, but I never actually had somebody that tried to follow me home, tried to follow me every day, sat outside waiting for me, different car every time, and it was very uncomfortable and it was very scary. Let alone, I can't really. Okay, so I will say this. The person, when they did have my hand, they mentioned something about choking. So it was clear as day that this person wanted to, of course, but also strangle me at the same time. And that's what made it really, really uncomfortable. But the thing is, at work, I still dress the exact same. So I'll still go in my like all Versace outfits, my beautiful handbags, because it's work and you're supposed to wear and dress how you normally dress. So of course me, yes, I do look very, very done up and very, very like superstar at work, you can say. But because of that experience, I've actually been going to work completely different. My natural wavy hair, my glasses, absolutely no makeup, big baggy clothes, and still, unfortunately, I was kind of being not harassed at work, but I was getting way, way, way too many weirdos. So, of course, we all know dating apps. And in the gay world, the dating apps, people, of course, message you. So I was getting a lot of messages from customers, actually. So the same week I was being stalked by one specific person, I had 4 messages from 4 other customers. 2 of them were actually nice. They were just saying, "Oh, hi, you're cute," and, I wanted to say hi. That was completely fine. That's okay. But there was this one message which my manager and the cops know about this message. But somebody actually messaged me and they took a video of themselves in my work parking lot, and they were, doing that, and they zoomed in and it was of me inside the building. So given the stalker, the messages, and then that specific video, to be honest, I've been very, very on edge and I felt so uncomfortable. It's kind of surreal, and at this point I kind of did just like block it all out. Like, I'm kind of just saying like, oh, it didn't happen, it's not real. Just because, well, for one, if you didn't know, my brother just had his brain tumor removed and he's having such a hard time with the recovery that helping him, my mom, and just everything else going on, stalkers and men are like the last thing I have to like mentally capacitate and deal with right now. Because of all that, I really wanted to make this video because I think it's a good message to send out about reading cues and taking no for an answer. Also, like, let's take my clothes for instance. How I dress every day. I'm always super, super done up. And it kind of made me mad because when I went to work, I felt like I couldn't look like myself anymore. I had to, be like my natural me, which is still very cute and very, like, me. But it's not like, me all done up and walking with fur coats and cigarette holders. But it kind of reminded me of like a girl in school, like how girls can't wear tank tops in schools because their shoulders are distracting to men. And then the teachers are like, oh, I'm sorry, you have to cover up your shoulder. Like, is it the girl's shoulder that's the problem? Or is it that guy's hormones that's the problem? It's the guy's hormone. But it kind of reminded me like that because going to work, I was completely like not myself for a good week. To be honest, it's just very uncomfortable because a lot of people, they see me, they see my YouTube, they could automatically assume, okay, like, okay, let's, do something bad to this kid because of all his stuff. Or, just do something like me. Also, the fact that a lot of people in my life, especially one of my ex-boyfriends, always said, oh, you just want to be famous, you want this, you want cameras chasing you. I'll be the first one to say that fame is not something that I'm after. I do not want 1,000 people outside my house. I do not want people taking pictures of me. Yes, I do love people and I'm a very nice person, but I do completely understand Chapel Roan when she says, just because I am a celebrity does not give you the right to invade my privacy. Because I'm a very, very private person. And unfortunately, there was even a customer before. And this customer was very, very nice, but the customer was like, oh, I grew up around so-and-so. And I said, oh, so am I. And they actually were driving before, and they seen my car. And then the next time they came in, they're like, I seen your car, so I think I know where you live. You have that specific thing in your home, right? And I was like, I do, yes. So just all of this is very, very concerning to me. And the point that I'm trying to make is people think I want fame and to be followed. The truth is, I don't think anybody really does. It's so uncomfortable. And I just want to do the things I love. Like, I love coming on here. I love doing YouTube. I love sharing all of this with you guys and taking you everywhere with me. And I also love to share my own personal story because I think, one, my suicidal depression journey, that helped a lot of people, and I can still help a lot of people. My whole love conquers all, that helps a lot of people. And then don't stop believing in your dreams. Those are the three things that I bring here on my channel. Fashion, the American dream, and love. So all of that combined, I just love doing that. But just because I do this doesn't mean that I want to feel unsafe. Because even with all of this happening at work, I've then had to buy 2 new security cameras for my house just to ensure I'm not followed. Every day I have to check my car to make sure somebody didn't put a tracker on my car. And to be honest, I'm not even that big of a YouTuber. This is all just people meeting me in person and getting that aura and that feel, my energy, right? That they're all attracted to. And I think a lot of people are attracted to and really gravitate towards me because of my somewhat childlike innocence. Because even though I am 30 years old, I am very, very childlike, especially in my heart still. And it's just like a super pure kindness that I have that you don't really see in a lot of people anymore. And I think a lot of people either misconstrue that or they just get so infatuated by that that they can end up being aggressively over the top when it comes to not taking no for an answer, coming into work to see me every day. However, there's a couple customers that if they did come in every day, I have a crush on them, so they're totally fine. But it's never the ones I have a crush on. It's always the weirdos. It just really made me think, do I want to continue YouTube? Do I want to continue down this path in the fashion world and kind of be a known person in the fashion world. For a moment, I kind of just thought about stopping YouTube, but it's just not me. And I also don't want to like let anybody win, you know? Like YouTube is something that I love and YouTube saved my life and I love doing it. However, I am completely aware that there will be a point that because of my presence on here and the reaction I get just in my everyday normal life, I feel like I truly feel like I might be famous one day. And I don't mean to sound like I have like a really big head by saying that, but I really think that I actually might be famous because there's all of this that I'm dealing with. But then Versace has actually stolen 2 ideas from my Barbie photo shoot video, and I'm also getting a couple customers that come in and they just talk about my YouTube. As much as I love that, it's so flattering. I'm so appreciated by it. It's all of it's just very, very overwhelming. So I'm getting completely overwhelmed here. I feel like it might get to a point to where I would feel more comfortable if I had like 3 bodyguards around me at all time. But is that like a way to live life? I will say that I do completely understand it and I would feel safer. However, if my YouTube really does take off, I can definitely see myself having to be the type that does need bodyguards at all times. Because even in my everyday life now, like even people that don't know that I do YouTube, they seem to just be getting too attached. However, I cannot let that stop me. So to break it down for you guys, yes, there was the one person at work who stalked me, different car every day. Police were called, and it was a very, very scary experience, to be honest. And there's the 4 customers that messaged me on the app. Then there's the one customer that sent me the video of me on the app. And then there's Versace stealing everything from me. So with all of this, I'm like, it's just so much and so uncomfortable. To be honest, it actually really, really made me miss a boyfriend because I'm okay like dealing with everything, but it didn't really hit me until I came home. And if you know like my California story, you know that I was in a relationship for a good like 5 to 10 years on and off, right? 5 for sure, but like the other ones were kind of on and off. But I always had that safety. And being with the person that I was with for so long, I felt completely safe with him, especially because he would always protect me. If I was in the car, then I stepped out to smoke a cigarette at the time. A lot of homeless people would come up to me and ask for a cigarette, but he would fly out of that car so quick with his pew pew, and he would be like, "Can I help you? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to my boyfriend?" And he was just always so protective. So I always felt safe. And him not being here now, I would just feel so much safer if I came home and I had that security blanket like I did with him. But the whole point of this video is just kind of just like a quick little story time about a scary experience, why I've kind of been gone from YouTube just a little bit to kind of just recuperate and just relax on the inside, not be so overwhelmed by it all. And it is a little bit embarrassing though, because I don't want to seem like the damsel in distress at work, you know? I don't want to be the little guy that always needs to be protected, even though I technically am, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very delicate, I'm very, very tiny and compact. So working with a lot of super manly people that have been in the Navy and stuff, them being so protective and wanting to go out there and fight every guy for me, so cute, and I do appreciate that. But at work, I will say right now, I do feel safe, but I am uneasy. Comment down below, would you be embarrassed if you're the reason that the cops had to come to your work? Would you feel safe doing YouTube with all of the examples I have just given? And how do you feel in general about people being in front of the camera and being in the limelight and having people follow them? I'm honestly so interested to hear all of your opinions on this specific story. But again, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it, and you. I promise you, I am not leaving YouTube, and I have a lot more luxury fashion videos to come. I know you guys love the luxury fashion videos, so I promise I will deliver on those. I do appreciate it, and you. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day. Au revoir.